know that, whenever somebody, they train their whole life and then they practice for a lot of years and they get to the point that they're ready to sell their practice or they're thinking about selling their practice. As you know, that's a big change in their life. And not only selling the practice can be very daunting, but it also can get a lot more complicated. Like myself, I own this building. So I'm thinking about, okay, selling my practice and then I've got this building, kind of got to decide, well, do I sell it as well? So if what would you say to somebody in this position that's thinking about selling their practice and they own their building too?
Well, it's a great time to sell right now. And I believe from our experience in dealing with doctors and dentists and every niche within the medical industry around the country, that the best strategy is to have a long-term lease in place before you sell your medical practice. The reason behind that is it predicts the operating expenses for the practice at the building for the future, where a prospective buyer, which could be a private equity, could be a large consortium group that, or a hospital system that buys these type of practices, what they're looking for is stability and predictability. And so if you have a long-term lease in place and you can cash out, and when you sell your practice, you're able to show the prospective buyer you have a long-term lease and they can model that of what their expenses are. So it makes it a lot more palatable. Also, a lot of the real estate that doctors are in is a significant portion of the revenue generation. For example, a surgery center would be a perfect example. The surgery center is the heart of the revenue that's generated, that when a prospective buyer is looking to buy the practice or the surgery center, they look at the EBITDA. So that location is important. It's how deep the roots are that this practice has built at the property, the equipment that goes with it. So it's really important that you can show that there's stability in your operating expenses going forward. That's why it's important that if you're going to sell your practice, you want to consider selling your real estate and establishing a long-term lease. Most buyers aren't looking to buy the real estate. They just want the actual business. They don't want to deal with the real estate. And you don't maximize value selling the real estate in a prospective sale to a prospective buyer of the practice.